Welcome to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through their industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have April and Jay. They are both 5D mystics, attraction-based showers, so many things, founders of the GnosticTV network, 5D economy academy, hosts of Spiritual Raw, Double Diamond executives, multi-level marketing company, so many things. We will talk all about that. Welcome to the show, April and Jay.
Thank you.
Hi,
Thank
Ajay.
you
How are
for
you?
having us.
Thank
We're
you.
excited to be here.
You are welcome to the show. We are welcome to India in this online form, April and Jay. And I'm sure not just in India, but a lot of people across the globe will benefit from what we are talking right now. We'll be talking about the 5D economy, spirituality, and the matrix. So my first question is, firstly, to understand, both of you, you do so many things, and so I might confuse because that is not the enough information about you that I've given to the audience. I would like that you tell about yourself to the audience, who exactly you people are, so that you can actually introduce yourself in the right way, the things that you are doing.
I'll take it real quick, Jay. Thank you so much. We're so honored to be here. So long story short, our background is financial services. Jay and I were in the financial and insurance service world for about 10 years. We had a big agency, and it was very financially fulfilling, but it was definitely not our passion. It wasn't our calling. And when we finally decided we were done, cut the ties, we sold the business, and we ended up going into the online world. We launched Spiritually Raw initially almost 10 years ago without any experience. We had no idea what we were doing. We had no social media experience. We had zero recording or media experience. It was a whole new world. It was a major learning curve. But we followed our passion regardless of what our families thought, because everybody thought we were crazy selling a very profitable business for something that we knew absolutely nothing about. And our show, Spiritually Raw, really was the launch pad for everything that has come from it. Everything we've done basically has all been a byproduct or a benefit of our show. We became Double Diamond executives with a next level marketing company because of the show. We launched the GnosticTV network because of the show, because we made so many connections over the years. We've interviewed, I've lost count, probably 2,400 to 2,500 people. So we've made a tremendous amount of connections throughout the years, and we were able to launch a network. So everything, all of our checks and successes has really been a direct result of one show, Spiritually Raw.
Right. So I want to understand, you use this word called 5D economy. I myself don't know anything about 3D, 2D, any D. So I would like to understand, for the audience as well as myself, what is this 5D economy? At the outset, it sounds like something related to some part of the economy, but when you dig deep, it looks like it is something not only much more inwardly and also outwardly, nothing of less of this world, but much more about spirituality.
And it is less of this world. So to put it in perspective for your audience, Ajay, is that here we live in a three-dimensional world. So we can touch each other, feel each other. We can see as we look at it. And in the three-dimensional world, we have rules, if you would. And the rules are, you have to collect money, you have to eat, you have to do this. And then everybody seems to keep constantly going on this race. Well, then it's never enough. And they're always, especially business people, there always seem to be a place of, you're constantly looking for where's my next client coming from? Where's my next customer coming from? Where's my next money's coming from? And it's constantly that chase. That's a third dimensional world. It's the programming behind this, is it teaches people you'll never have enough. You keep going. With a fifth dimensional world, our way of looking at that is it's another dimension, let's call it, if you would, another place, that maybe we can't see. However, it's the place where we actually go to get that divine knowledge, whether it be through meditation, whether it be through mindful meditation, whether it be however one connects with their God, their source. It's that place you go to. So the 5D economy, if you look at it from the perspective in 5D, there's not the race, there's not the struggles, there's not the chase, there's the manifestation, because in 5D you now feel like, okay, well, look, I am connected with God. I'm not just saying that because my book says I should be here in 3D. I'm actually connecting with that God. So for us, 5D, and we call it the 5D economy because we believe that our experience has shown us when people connect at a multidimensional level, i.e. the fifth dimension being a multidimensional level, when you connect at that level, the attraction of their business comes a lot easier. The manifestations come to them so much easier because they're not struggling. They're not so attached. They're not so much, oh, when is this coming? When is this coming? When is this coming? They literally go to that place, however they get to that place. And a lot of it really is getting to that place is to maintain a vibration that matches, a higher consciousness. And that's by releasing a lot of anger, forgiveness, understanding that we're here having a journey. And this journey is for us to learn. So the quicker we can learn to let go of the things that chain us to where we're at, the quicker we'll start to get things. And we find we call it the 5D because here in the United States, that's what people refer to it a lot as, is the dimensionals: 2D, 5D, 6D, 10D, whatever D, right? But just for concept's sakes, it's another place at the end of the day where we get information and then we're able to apply it here in this third dimensional world.
The other thing too, from our perspective, we actually coined the term the 5D economy. And the whole philosophy and the true essence behind the concept of the 5D economy is creating abundance by helping other people create abundance. And that's really how Jay and I have been able to prosper all throughout really our whole journey. It's because we've helped other people prosper.
You take that into consideration first, where a lot of people think, if I want something from you, Ajay, I'm going to think, well, if I want something from him, I must find out first what he wants, what's important to him. Where a lot of people don't do that. They just say, well, this is what I have for you. This is what I can do. You see what I mean? So it's a different thought process. It's really gearing into a very soul nurturing relationship.
Right, April and Jay. So who wants to reach to that 5D level living in 3D? Why would they do that? Who are your clients who want to, and is it easy for you to explain them, or is it difficult for you to understand? I want to understand, why do they want to make this transition when money still is very, very important? Don't you talk about money in 5D, or is it only for the 3D people?
No, listen, the truth of the matter is we're all living physically in 3D. Like, we need money right now. Money is an exchange of energy. It's really nothing more than that. It's simply, when you boil it down to it, it's an exchange of energy. Now, to answer the question, though, why would somebody want to go to a higher level of consciousness? Because it makes you a better person, especially like when people feel guilt or shame, or they're confused, they can't find their passion. Really, all that means is they're out of alignment with their higher self, or that God source energy, or Vishnu or Krishna or Jesus, right? So it's when you better yourself, you raise your consciousness. So taking a number out of it, whether it's 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, it's really boils down to improving your lifestyle, improving your mindset. Because unless you have a mindset, a strong mindset, you can work till the cows come home, right? But that doesn't mean you're going to make money. It doesn't mean you're going to be rich. It doesn't mean you're going to be full of abundance or prosper. Raising your consciousness is not just about money. It's well-rounded. It's increasing love and abundance of everything in your life. happiness, money, love, relationships, connections. So it's really just making you a better version of yourself so things come easier to you,
including money,
including money.
And that's the purpose of the 5D. See, the thing is that, Ajay, the reason people want to understand 5D is because, let's face it, in 2024, people do struggle. People are always looking. There has to be an answer. What we're saying is, if you can understand the concept of going to a multidimensional place and having conversations at a multidimensional level, telepathic communication. I mean, every world belief system talks about this concept of God, and if you pray to God or if you do this, well, let's put this to the test. We decided to put it to the test. We said, okay, let's see what the universe can do. So we decided to talk to the universe, which is what was taught in all, whatever your faith is your faith, in these different books, to talk about if you can access it. And we started to realize that prosperity comes to people a lot faster. Money, as they call it here in the third dimensional land, will come to people a lot faster. One of the big things, we're very recognized at the top of our field in what's called next level marketing. And in next level marketing, the principles of that, you have to recruit people into it. You have to talk to your friends. You have to talk to your family.
You're basically dragging people.
We didn't do anything.
Please do this.
We didn't do any of that. So what happened is that we attracted everybody to us. So one of our things is that you can attract all this business, you can attract your prosperity if you learn how to break the third dimensional the shackles and the way it is there. This is why people want to do it. This is very important for businesses, for people who say, look, I've been working forever. I work 18 hours a day and I don't know why I'm still not making enough. This is the types of people that the 5D is, because they have to explore another way of doing business. We've done it. We've tested it. We've tried it with others. And it absolutely, the prosperity manifests in your life. The actual things manifest in your life versus you feeling like that. So it's not so much about, oh, how long do I work? How many years do I work? It's about putting that energy into focusing in on your connection with your source and attracting that back in your life. This is why people would want to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm back. I thought otherwise you might feel that I'm already on my way from 3D to 5D. And
good.
I'm very much
working.
Because of this fluctuation of the power fluctuation moving from generator to actual grid. So now coming to the 5D part, when how do you explain who are your clients in this particular thing? What are the questions that they ask in terms of your potential clients and those people who get ready to be a part of this journey? How do you get started? Do you have a stairway to heaven that you tell them to climb? Help us understand from a very common person's perspective.
So the stairway to heaven is simple. The ideal person is one who's on the search, one who is at a stage of their life where they say, okay, I have to find my destiny. My destiny is not necessarily being a clerk at a bank or something of this nature. I have to find my soul purpose. So our ideal person is the person that we deal with, is someone that's on the search. They know there's something out there, Ajay. They know there's something beyond them. That's the number one. That's the first trait there. The second thing is, if they're in business and they still know there's something out there, that they're struggling. They are not getting what they feel like they should. They're in an industry where they see their friends making tens of 20, hundreds of $1,000s a month, and they're not making that. But they see that, okay, well, why are other people doing it and I'm not? So those are the types of people. These people, it's available to us. And see, if someone else is doing it, then we've already been taught as human beings that this can be done, right? So now we have to figure out, well, how can you do it? And a lot of it is not what has been taught to us in this linear world, this third dimensional world, if you would, through the textbooks, okay? Because if you take a look at it, let's look at reality. It doesn't matter what country you're at, India, United States, United Kingdom, there's always just a very small percentage that are making all of the money, right? So what are they tapping into? What are they thinking about? What is their consciousness like? And so you have to look at it. Well, everybody else has said, well, it's okay for you to be okay. You be mediocre. You don't have to be great. Just get by. Governments will take care of you. You'll get your benefits. You'll be okay. So for those people who want to, feel like, look, I know that I can prosper well in this world. This is who it's for. I know I want more.
It's basically what we've done is we've tapped into something that is available to every single person on the planet. It's the ancient wisdom, the universal laws. It's the laws that govern the universe. And when you understand what they are, and then you learn how to apply them for your life becomes a lot smoother, a lot happier. There's a lot less resistance. Things come to you naturally. You start tuning into your intuition. You start seeing little things that start manifesting in your life. And next thing you know, you start manifesting bigger things and bigger things and bigger things. And you then, before you know it, you're literally living and manifesting the life of your dreams. It's tapping into the ancient wisdom, the basic universal laws that govern the world, govern the universe, that is available to every single solitary person on the planet.
You see, Ajay, it's about the belief system that no matter what we've been taught, no matter what we read, there is no evidence of it at all other than what's in the books. So if you think about yourself as, I'm possibly part of this God creation, I can co-create. There's no separation between me and this thing called God. I am that person also. I am part of that being. Then you start to understand, well, look, if I'm part of co-creation, then it makes sense for me to be able to create what I want when I want to. But if you separate from that co-creation, then you're saying, well, all you're doing is you're sitting there, you're on your knees, you're praying, and you said, oh, please give me this, or however people pray, and they don't get what they want. Because when you're doing that often, and I don't want to diminish anybody's faith, but when you're doing that, you're separating, you're saying to that person, well, you're different from them, and you're not. There's no other evidence. It would
go against the laws of the universe that we are all one.
Right.
So how can that be? How can there be separation? That is something that's been taught to us and ingrained in our brain, this concept of separation from you to this higher source, divine light energy.
Right. Now, I want to understand, why is it that people who have less money, they tend to understand these things or the need for these things more? Why not the billionaires? Or is it very difficult to
It's reversed.
use that money?
No, you got it reversed. It's the billionaires. It's the people at the absolute top. It's the elite, the super wealthy. They understand and they apply these ancient laws to their lives, to their life. That's how they create this mass amount of wealth, because they know how to do it. And if you notice that families of great wealth, it's generational, right? 9 out of 10 times the kids are going to be wealthy, and their kids are going to be wealthy, and their kids are going to be wealthy, and their kids are going to be wealthy, because they've grown up in the idea that it's okay to be wealthy. We don't we don't settle for anything less than prosperity and abundance in our life. So they've been ingrained and they've been taught from the time that they come out of the birth canal that abundance is your God-given birthright. Everything else is BS.
It really is. And if you think about getting back to why do people who are poor, why do they understand these things? They don't.
They don't understand.
Because again, like, I'll give you an example. Like, look, we believe in our faith. We believe that there's something that helps guide us. What we don't do is we don't get on our knees and pray to anything. We don't get that because we're disconnecting from this thing. And I want to ask the 10 billion people that are out there that are on their knees, that go Sundays every Monday, they go to church, they go, to Gurdwaras everywhere. How is that working for them? You know what I mean? They're constantly praying, and it is a very small percentage. Yes, it's good to have a place of worship, you commune, and I want to respect all that to them, but that's fine. But use it for what it is, a place to worship or a commune and meet with your fellow brother and sister. Use it for that. Now, when it comes to your prosperity, this is where you have to now say, okay, I am part of this creation. So by reasonable laws of the universe, then I can create with this creation. So if I want something, I'm not going to sit there and on my knees and pray, or I'm not going to light a candle and walk around. I'm simply telling what my creation is, hey, listen, this is what we want. We want it now because this is what's going on, what's taking so long. We put that energy behind it. You see, and we notice when we do that, that's when things start to happen because it's the energy force behind it. See, we're not waiting for something to come and save us, Ajay. There's nothing.
Nothing's going to come save you.
We're not. Our perspective of this. We're looking. Look, we live in a land. You know,
the only thing that's going to save you is you.
Is you. That's what
is you. That is it.
I love.
No one's coming to save you. There's no thing. There's no energy source. There's no God creator source that's going to come down on a white horse from the skies to save you. Only you have the power to save you. Similarly, you're responsible for your own life. You're responsible for creating your reality. So if you have a crappy life, look in the mirror and realize you created that crappy life. If you want to turn that life around, it's only you that have the ability that is going to be able to turn that life around.
Look, we have in our office, we have a Jesus picture, we have a Ganesh, we have a Krishna, we have Shiva, and you know what? They're great. We love having them around us. But do we say to them, give us this, give us this? We say, let's work together. You know, let's
show
do this.
Me the way.
Show me what I got to do.
Tell
me what to do. We don't just sit there and say, oh, well, I'll wave a magic wand or I'll do this. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. If you want something, it's fine. If you believe it and it makes you feel better inside, that's great. Then it works for you. But if you're looking for prosperity, you're looking for abundance, you're looking for every materialistic thing, let's call it, in your life, then you have to become the embodiment of that. You have to become the Shiva. You have to become the Jesus. You have to become the embodiment. And that's what you strive for. And the closer you become to the embodiment, then that's when you see, and that's when people will start to see the manifestations in their life.
Right. So when you tell them that I will take you to 5D, what do they understand? Do they understand you are taking them to God, or you are taking them to abundance?
We're not taking anyone anywhere. You're taking yourself there. We're just giving you the tools and the resources to understand and to utilize for you to get there. And that's by removing blocks in the mind. That's by creating a whole new mindset. That's by understanding the power of gratitude. That's by knowing that you are your own God creator or goddess creator source energy. It's knowing that you create your own reality. It's learning how to tap into the 12 universal laws that govern the universe. So we don't take anybody anywhere. We're showing you how to get there. And there is not a place, so to speak. There is higher levels of consciousness.
So in our belief system, everybody's a 5D mystic. You're a 5D mystic, Ajay. All we're saying is like, look, we have this available to us, everybody. We seem to have tapped it. This is how we've been doing it, you know, and we use the methods through vibrations, through
very practical
steps. But no, we're not gonna. There's no magic wand here. We're not sitting there and putting our hands on someone and all of a sudden they go to 5D. No, we tell them, hey, look, here's what we've done. You know, these are the exercises, and you take the discipline. You have to be disciplined. You can't say, oh, I tried one day and all of a sudden, oh, that didn't work. Again, like anything, you allow it to become the embodiment of your life, and a lot of that is a belief system that you are really co-creator. There is no creator other than you. There is no you other than creator. You're part of it all.
The reason we created the 5D Economy Academy is because of what we did with this next level marketing. We, in less than 1 year, we became double diamonds. We broke a record. It had never happened with this company before. And I don't know if it'll happen again, honestly. And we also had we created 1,700 associates in our downline in a very, very record-breaking short period of time. So this company and everyone at the highest level that had been in the company for years and years and years, they wanted to know, how did we do it? What did we do? What did we tap into to be able to create this energy force? That's why we created the 5D Economy Academy, because everybody was asking us how we did it. So that's what we did. We took our knowledge, our experience, our levels of consciousness, the universal laws and put it into an academy course, so to speak. And it's very easy. There are practical applications that are like between 3 and 5 minutes. They're videos. There's Jay and I. People are asking us questions. Then Jay and I answer their questions. And it just, anyone can do it, any level, any age. It just takes one requirement. They have to want to have a shift in their life. That is it.
Absolutely. So you talk about, that the 5D economy or the 5D understanding will bring a big shift in the way humanity is today. Why do you think so? And how is it going to, how are you going to reach the whole of humanity through whatever way you are doing things?
Yes. So first of all, it's not our job to reach the whole of humanity. It's our job to find our vibrational match. So what we do is we put our information out there. There'll be certain people in the show that'll say, look, oh my gosh, I feel like I understand exactly what they're saying. There'll be certain people that won't. It is what it is. We don't get attached to that. That's not our role. We're looking for what's called our vibrational match. And when we find that vibrational match, these are people that understand that, hey, look, there's a level of consciousness that they're trying to tap into, and they see that we're there. We meet people along life. It's no different than, you meet someone, Ajay, and you say, you look very familiar to me, or I understand this person. I'm communicating well with this person. They seem to understand my thoughts. It's no different than that. That's what we're looking for. We recommend everybody do the same thing. We say to people, your job is not to save the world. Your job is to understand who you are as a spiritual being. And then and only then can you be of value to the world. Because if you live as a human being and that's all you do, and I'm not saying that we all have to eat, we all have to make money, we'll do that. But if all you do is that's your thing and you just go from this is my start of the day, this is my end of the day, and I'll start it over, and that's your existence, you're not really doing anything of value for yourself, the ones that rely on you the most, okay? And all you're doing is you're just in existence. You're a slave to this world. People that understand, that want to learn the 5D, it's about breaking the slavery of the world. And I don't mean someone is purposely putting us down and got shackles on us. It's a mental slavery for people. A lot of people are in mental slavery because it could be from their upbringing, it could be from whatever reason, but they're in mental slavery. The minute they can start to release that, understand that, hey, look, it's not about what April and Jay think and what we want. It's about what Ajay, April, and Jay think and what the three of us want. You see what I mean? It's a matter of looking at everything. Most people, okay, which is where most people don't get what they're wanting, is they only take their own things into consideration. Okay. And if you can start to look at other people and what their needs are, what their desires are, that's where that shift in consciousness starts to happen. That's where all of a sudden things start to happen. The thoughts because you come from a different place. You're not coming from anger. You're not coming from frustration. You're not coming from jealousy. You're coming from a real place of, I want the best for this show that I'm on right now, this KAJ Masterclass. I would like to see it go viral. I mean, you're coming from a very pure place like that. When you do that, that energy comes to you. Everybody seems to win that way. But that's not the way a lot of people think.
Right. April, you want to say something?
No, what I was just about to say is, in terms of when you asked how would it change the world, it simply goes back to the philosophy of it's creating abundance by helping others create abundance, the way that it was always meant to be. That's how you create universal harmony.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So on one side, a lot of people think, that this is the age of new rise of spirituality, 5D, whatever D. On the other side, people think that we are with so much of materialism and so much of commercialization, and the way ideas are being thrown at us, people think it's almost like living in a matrix. How do you look at these three things, 3D, 5D, and the matrix? Is it, where are we in all these things?
I think Jay and I both can kind of give our perspective on it, though. But here's what we've boiled it down to, because we've spent years trying to figure it out. Are we living in a matrix? Is it not a matrix? How do you escape the matrix? My philosophy is yes, we are absolutely living in a matrix. Here's the difference. We've been taught, or the chatter is, everybody says, well, how do you escape the matrix? I want to escape the matrix. Jay and I stepped back for a second. We said, this is ridiculous. Why are we trying to escape someplace that is absolutely beautiful? It's all perspective. So let's try this philosophy on. How about make living in the matrix the best life you could possibly have? Enjoy the ride.
So I would say
it's all perception.
It totally is perception. But think about materialism, and well, fine, it is what it is. I mean, you can choose to make that part of your existence. It's not a bad thing to desire things, and that's what we're taught. We're taught that it's bad to desire things. You can't do things. Yeah, you take things in perspective. You don't overeat. You don't overdrink. You don't do these basic things that humans shouldn't do. You just live well, and you do well for others. But what we've done, and I will tell you a very conscious thing we've done, and we've done this for 4 years now, going on 5 now. We have not watched the news. We have not watched any news. We only watch like shows like yours that are uplift. That's it. We don't watch anything on the TV. We're like, we live in Florida, and people will call us and say, oh, you have a hurricane coming. Are you okay? We won't even know about the hurricane. They'll call us. We figure if it's something important, Ajay, someone will let us know. And the reason we do that is because you're right. There's so much information about what's right, what's wrong. And then everybody, all they do, they never take action. They only spend their time trying to interpret, well, this is right, this is wrong. And it confuses everybody. So if you shut down the chatter, okay, i.e. the news or everything like that, or the things that are not doing this, our way of life is that what has been working for us is, if it doesn't make us feel like we're going to conquer the world the next day, that we're going to prosper, that we are going to do good for others, it is not worth us being a part of it. Shut it down right away. And I think people will be good if they start to do that. Their energies will shift because they won't have those things that distract them. People want $1 million, but they're surrounded by people who make $5, and then they're asking the people that make $5 for their advice on how to make $1 million. Well, that's not right. So, you have to get away from your surroundings if you want something. You have to look at life very, very reasonable.
And if you think about it, we have been inundated or, put in our literally brainwashed with this one saying: money is the root to all evil. Money is absolutely not the root to all evil. Being dead broke is the root to all evil, because when you're dead broke, you do things that you wouldn't normally do. And just looking at it from a Hindu perspective, with the gods and goddesses, they're dripping in diamonds and gems and precious stones and gold and ornaments. So if it was the root to all evil, how is that possible? This is a very different image we're receiving, right? It's all perspective. They want you, the people, the lower energies of the world, we'll call them, not the higher vibrational energies. The lower energies of the world want you to believe money is the root to all evil. So you stay in poverty. So you stay in a victim mentality. That is the furthest thing from the truth. High vibrational energies, God source energies, want you to live in great love, great abundance, great prosperity. And again, using the same example, you can look at all the Hindu gods and goddesses, and you can clearly see they are living in phenomenal wealth and abundance.
Right. I get your point. And at the same time, if you look at Lord Shiva, he has nothing. He stays in a very different place. But yes, I get your point, as I said. And there are many gods.
But he does have everything, because it's not just about money, right? He does have everything because he's at that highest level of consciousness. So he has everything.
Absolutely. Now you have explained it well. So people who come to you, be a part of your academy, how do they know that they have arrived into 5D, or they are still dangling between 3D and 5D?
Well, when you think about something and you manifest it, you think about something, it appears for you. You think about, I want more money, and the money comes to you. You think about, I want a better relationship, and the better relation comes to you. You think, I want a nicer house, and the nicer house comes to you. You think, I want to feel healthier, and you're healthier. You think you have, everything that you want for your children, and all of a sudden you have everything you want for your children. You're into the universe. That's how you know. When you are constantly in struggle mode, okay, that's when you know you're disconnected from the source. Okay, when you're constantly still struggling, you feel like, why am I working 18 hours a day and I'm still not getting anything? Nobody rewards anything for hard work in today's world, Ajay. They reward for results. This is the real life. Okay, so if you work 18 hours a day because that's what it is, that's fine, but you're better off if you could work 8 hours a day and get 10 times the results. So you know what I mean? So that's how they're going to know. They're going to be able to validate. It's not like they get lifted up in a, maybe some people do, I don't know. Not like maybe they get blown into the clouds and they're looking at everybody, floating over the air. They just know because things start happening for them. The things that they see, that they start to realize that the right people come in their life to help them. See, that's the other thing about multidimensional. You're not on your own. There's people that will come into your life, when you need them, or when they're there to be able to catapult you, and they completely understand your vision. They understand what your thoughts are, and you don't understand why they understand it, but they did because they met with you at a vibrational match, and then all of a sudden they help take you to another place. And life goes in this existence. We're not designed to say, okay, it's sun's up, wake up, sun's down, go to sleep, and that's it, and that's all that life is. We're not puppets.
They want you to believe
we're
you
not
are
puppets,
though.
but that's a puppet lifestyle. It's sun's up, go to bed. Sun's up, go to bed. Time to go to bed now. We're here. We're by infinite design. Unless an alien comes down in a spaceship, or some sort of being comes down and says, this is the way you should do it. I believe, we have believed, or we've seen that the existence of living as if you are the god and you are the goddess and you are the creator is a much healthier way to live. You're not disrespecting anybody. You're simply saying, listen, we very well could be it. We very well could be it. And that's the best call to action, versus just sitting there and saying, okay, something's coming. We're in a new energy time. We're in this time. These times have never left us. We've left those times. See, that's where people get disconnected. They think, oh, well, we're in this era now, this era of this era of that. No, these eras have always been around. We've always had the ability to do this. I mean, there's people there that can do it. We've left those.
Similarly, you'll hear, Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. Well, where did he go? He never left. How can something, a God source energy that lives within, leave you? He never leaves you. You may leave him, or you may leave that energy, but that energy, that God source energy, never leaves you. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's just it's constantly these things that keep saying, that allow us to, or ask us to stay away from the moment. Because when you leave the moment, then you release your source. Then you're leaving the energy source to your God, your creator, and all the inspiration. So this is why we don't watch the news. This is why we don't allow ourselves. We do everything we can, and this is the proverbial battle. You do everything you can to not be distracted from your connection. If you could stay connected and find out everything. This is why we do shows, because like right now we're talking, all I'm thinking about is this moment, this second. I'm not thinking about 5 minutes from now. I'm only thinking this minute. So it allows me to be able to get that information. It allows everybody to stay in the moment. So, we say some practical tips. Whatever you got to do to stay in the moment, if you can start to discipline yourself there, you will find your life, 30 days, you will find your life can change.
Absolutely. There is much to learn from you, all these things, and a lot of people will certainly like to connect with you, learn all these things, and get on a better understanding about the 5D, the 5D economy, and the 5D academy. So what is the best way for them to connect with you?
Well, we would like to extend your audience some complimentary ebooks that we have. So the best way for them to connect with us is, you see 5D Mystics, Jay at 5dmystics.com. Just shoot me an email, and let them know that they watched on the show. We'll send them the book. They can connect that way.
The other way they can connect with us too,
on Instagram.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier as well. Just send us a direct message on Instagram. It's 5D_mystics on Instagram, and we'll shoot you out the ebook.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.